Jesus Christ, it's almost 80 in my room. Also, so we're back. We have one really cool thing to show off. I have infinite jump because I figured it's pseudo free cam for now. It's a pain in the ass to use, but it works. Oh, interesting. But yeah, we have that. We're turning off now. And I'm not going to use the rest of the stuff in there. But I think we're gonna move forward with the story because I kind of want to just play more. Last time we were here, it didn't have any music. Yeah, I made a separate save file. I might have been playing while I didn't feel good, but I was just grinding. I leveled up from 14 to 15. You know, before I do this, I should really go turn in my quests.
Hi there. Hello?
Real bright and cheerful, Popola.
Beware, beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Whoa, this is new. Why is his voice rose in a quizzical way?
It is not quizzical.
What?
What's going on?
Villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
What is going on? The mayor stared at Flare and Wise.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. The past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream has spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught us were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined that Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Wise stared at the mayor, his mouth slightly twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor can confirm Flare's suspicion, Wise exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remark.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
Mayor twisted his mouth in an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to Flare, who Flare had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Our eyes racked their brains, but couldn't find no easy solution. There were simply too many words to consider. Too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
Mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Wise looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by this harsh words bled over to Flare like contagion. Wait, said Flare suddenly. Did someone say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, the villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? Mare leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Wise aside in the process. You must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming, or something about that dreams, or what the hell was it? A sheep, cried Wise suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Flare's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said, those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of paper from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Flare. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mention something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the Death Dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I've never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Wise immediately fired back. I applaud the force it will take of will it takes to research a disease from your dreams, he said. Perhaps we should bend your efforts to escape this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil.
Stupid zeros!
Milky, what are you doing? Milky, what are you doing? What are you doing? Thank you for the resub. I really appreciate it. You don't have to do that, you know? You really don't. You know that, right? The mayor's hands tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment, I've realized I was locked in my own dreams. I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. I'd do what I want. That's fair. That's valid. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. Also, we got janky free cam. I didn't make it, but I stole a cheat engine table and we have infinite jumps, so it's janky free cam. My village was beautiful, he said, to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the colors out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Flair nodded in agreement. Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be any help, said Flair, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Wise. We don't know what the narrator is saying and what is actually being said. This is so fucking cool. Grimoire looked at Flair to the mirror and back again, his face filled with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mirror, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowledge of it. And yet you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? Mirror slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said, you're right, I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is limitless engine, said Wise, and dreams are the fuel. You can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mirror. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. Mirror suddenly felt as if he can breathe again. He almost completely forgot what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Flair and Wise. We'll all be counting on you. As Flair slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Flair's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around them. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, he was forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Wise was proving to be in a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of the time urging Flair to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Wise muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Flair snapped. Okay, Wise, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Flair leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big, he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Hold on. That should be good. Flair hold on. Too much echo. No echo. No echo. No echo, I said. Reverb, yes. Tad bit of reverb. There we go. Flair slapped his hands out over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? Flair could see Wise's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. Ah! What? T, what are you doing? We're doing text adventure mode near Replicant. I started to feel better and I wanted to play again because I played for 14 hours yesterday and now I want to play more. Thank you for the head pat, Stoey. I love that emote combination. It's so good. It's so good. Well, thank you everyone for joining in. So far I started stream and I decided I wanted to continue the story because I was done with grinding because I've been doing that in hopes that I would feel better because I'm addicted to this game. And that doesn't happen very often with me. Uh, but basically, we entered this forest. We talked to a old man, and we got sucked into his dream. And now we're trying to leave the dream by finding an exit. And everything's a text adventure game, and we don't know if the characters are actually saying anything because it took away the voice acting, or if this quote unquote narrator is. You made it to the yes, I did. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as Flair's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Dang it, Tyne. I'm doing it like this. I'm not adjusting the voice. Ow! Hesitantly, he removed his hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zri, 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 zri. Shakakakakaka. Shakakakakaka. Shakakakaka. Chakacha. 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 I'm not doing that one. I'm not doing that one either. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Flair began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. One with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages. Is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. And I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Ooh, both of these are good choices. Thank you for the head pats again, Doy. So, a seesaw. A seesaw would make sense because if you're by yourself, it's lacking. But if 2 people are on it, it's ideal. But with 3 people, it's dangerous. A secret kind of makes sense, but it also doesn't at the same time. Because 1 with a secret means that it's not a secret because you're not keeping it from anybody. 2 with it is ideal? Not necessarily, because the more people that know a secret, the more likely it is to get out. And 3 with it is dangerous. Just 3 with it is dangerous? I don't think so. I think it's a seesaw. 3 people on a seesaw is hard mode? Something that's ideal with 2 people, but dangerous with 3. Oh, it's a seesaw. Wise's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. I'm not doing this. When Flair came to, he was once again surrounded by the sounds of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words. Words he had heard somewhere before. 1 with it is like... Oh. Tyne was right. Tyne was right. Inwardly furious that Wise left the task to him, Flair sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? Sounds of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Flair like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest anthropods are making a road for us, said Wise with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Flair moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on the path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Flair after a bit. Wise spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of the forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Flare picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. Flare gritted his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all, this one is pretty easy. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I've misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey look, cried Flare, awakening Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled amongst the tree. Thank you for the head pat, Stoey. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Flare walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open, and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by the mist. Began Flare, but before he can get any further, the cloaked man held up a hand and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end of the night with 3. What am I? 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon. Flare tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. Wish to engage this man in conversation, said Weiss. It seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Flare. Well, at least it's an easy one. What? Huh? By the way, there is a no back seating rule. By the way, why need more legs if it's not half centaur? I don't know. I don't understand this riddle though. There's always a part of riddles that never click with me, and then after I'm explained it, it's like, oh, that makes sense. But I think that's kind of the point of riddles, right? The back seat is where the most fun happens. Well, I'd agree with you, but let me suffer. Let me suffer. I'm playing this on hard. I want to suffer. Why are we put here? Just to suffer? Sometimes I still feel my arm, my leg, and even my eye. The horse's name is Friday. Vibes for sure. Because none of these make sense to me. The only thing that I can think of, it's 4 legs in the morning means getting up out of bed on hands and knees. 2 legs at noon means walking. And then end the night with 3 means what? But that applies for all of these. An old man with a cane. Is your bed that small? is a reference to a Shakespearean sonnet. I've always heard that one is like... I know which one you're talking about, T, actually. But I thought that one, the riddle for that one went, when I'm young, I'm on 4 legs. When, in the past, I'm on 4 legs. In the present, I'm on 2. But in the future, I'll be on 3. That's the way I've heard it, though. And it could have been different. I don't know. I'm not great with riddles. Riddles go into my brain and immediately get deleted. They get saved into RAM. A demon and an angel don't make sense because they're just the same as a man. I guess you get a tail and horns and wings and wings? Maybe time is a reference of like when yesterday you're a baby, today you're a man, and tomorrow you're old. Yeah. That might be what it is. None of these make sense to me, by the way. But we're just gonna go with the man. The mist dissolved from the cloak's figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mirror. More, cried Flare. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry. What does that mean? It'll make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Flare watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Flare and Wise returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang up to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he called. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Flare's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Wise by the cover and swung him through the air. Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Flare withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the death dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Flare filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Flare cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lie down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Flare and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Wise. It is words that control the death dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. Once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy. They breathed slowly. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour, or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Flare shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once, then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading throughout our village, and I wanted to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it. But I guess that wasn't the case. Must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Flair and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some time getting used to, said the mayor as a smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in a short order, I'm sure of it, said Wise. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is the holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Wise. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Flair and Wise could not contain their surprise. It seems a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Wise, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Flair mentioned the strange man who had given them a third riddle and the mysterious words he had left with them. I once saw a vision of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he spoke softly. It's gonna sound odd, but I had a feeling I had seen you before, too. Flair tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyways, I figure it was just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. Probably doesn't mean anything. One second, I'm pouring a drink. Drink of root beer. Flair gave the mayor a nod and smiled. But inwardly, his thoughts were racing. Something wrong about the mayor and his words. What exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Thank God!
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Now I can finally return.
This is one of them.
I know.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
I breathe the air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath the stairwell in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the voices of the fergal dirge that plays without end. Light that has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes and eternity slips by in a single tick of a clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear in an unfamiliar voice. My savior. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it could not be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all gods, help me. And possibly I hear the sound of the lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I'm forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I'm Grimoire Wise, and this is Flair. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. One known as Flair extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whispered. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Wise. Look at your feet. Force my eyes to open and see water pooling around my ankle and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good on our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again, nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like an endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Oh, I only have one option. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopy? Oh my god, words. Resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come across this shapeless mass of gray matter that has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reached out a finger and touched a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns fully upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Insanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. And proceed north. And proceed north. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, and to so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plastered wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. Styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eyes. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume even by the most modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I'm struck by a desire to touch it with my own hand. Yet I extend a single finger to the painting. I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Standing closely to the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of cloth lie on the floor around its bones. Only a small amount of fabric has survived, but its features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I've been admiring a row of corpses, blocked from the view of portraits from each of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough. Shielding my eyes, I prattle forward through the water. Squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. Water has risen to my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. "You dumb bat!" shouts Flare. Surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insults cut short by the rising water. Grimar Weiss, wet and tattered, floats on the water's surface. It's already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. Oh shit. Did that kill me? Do I have to do the
Now I can.
No, I don't. Okay, thank God. That one's rough.
It's
Can't.
perhaps.
Yeah.
North. The end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casket lies on their sides in the dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The thief of a few cups means nothing, I tell myself. The casket will be ruined by the floods regardless. Finally, the cork surrendered to my attack, and a thick red liquid burst from the hole. This is no wine. It is blood still warm from the body. Whether animal or something else, I cannot say. Foul liquid soon mixes with the rising floodwaters, creating a warmth that laps around my thighs. By the gods, are the rest of these casks filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee. But my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling into the red water below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. Must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth, I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room to freedom. God damn it. Should I count these as deaths? I guess I should, right? I'll count the game over screens as deaths.
This person.
It's would
Can't.
perhaps.
What's the right way to go? I find myself in the great hall with only the sounds of rains for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I hold a beautiful dining table with, upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continues to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head. But as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recall in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse. as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the movement that I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. Take a moment to steady my shaking hands and slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands upon a chair upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs proved to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat, up the back, and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it's a simple task to envision the agonizing screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Flare and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against a thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is retreating. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding. But to the west, I can see a shimmer of sunlight breaking through the day. How can I thank you? I feel like I fucked up. I fucked up because I didn't get that cloth. Huh. How can I thank you? I cry tears of joy. Tears joined the rains on my cheek. I will surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatter and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress, asks Wise? Then you are a woman, madam? I am. Proffer the two with a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I'm only exist in the form of words. And see that the one known as Flare is disappointed that the torn dress would be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills from the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shuddered with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. We watch in awe. Uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Thank you so much for saving me. I never want to have a dream like that again.
Hold on. I gotta check something real quick. One moment. I guess it's nothing. I thought maybe that, the cloth might do something, but it doesn't seem like it has anything. Also, let's take a look at so this is somebody else's cheat table. I didn't make this. Let's put that out there. But I do have this. It's too foggy to really see.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
A colony of massive sculptures were visible in the difference, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Wise and Flare had never seen such a sight. Their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
As Weiss considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Flare nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been those... The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if to find those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Flare light-headed. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is there someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaint had already begun. Weiss tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke? He said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some matter of grand artistic artwork. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it this way might make it easier for you to bear. Flare glanced at Wise's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Flare's feet grew more painful, his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next stop ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. "We are definitely getting closer," said Wise in an effort to cheer his companion. "Yes, this much is certain." Courage, Flare lifted his gaze. Suddenly he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth open and his eyes wide, and his finger pointed in the distance. "Water," he cried. "It's water." "Water?" asked Wise. "Preposterous. I don't see any water." "Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun is reflecting off of it." Without warning for a response, Flare sprang to life and bounded towards the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Flare closed his eyes and sighed as Wise floated up behind him and chuckled softly. "I believe this is known as a mirage," he said. "Many a desert traveler has spoken of such thing." Flare shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. "Wait, there it is. I just missed it. Look, it's right there." Flare sprang off again, leaving Weiss with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Flare came to a halt. He could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour until he was exasperated. Until an exasperated Weiss finally floated up to Flare and struck him in the face with his cover. "Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once!" "There is no water here." Flare's face clouded. "There isn't?" "There is not. Perhaps next time you'll listen to me when I tell you as much." Wise paused for a moment and continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. "However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the city of art." Flare looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall structures. Sculptures, not structures. Their journey was at an end. "They're huge," cried Flare, completely forgetting the heat and the pain of the past few hours. "I've never seen anything so big." Each sculpture was don't clip that. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched upwards towards the sky. But that is where the similarities end. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions. Others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their top, while others possessed triangular caps. "What kind of city is this?" said Flare. "Where are the people? Where are the houses?" "Perhaps this land is intended exclusively for artistic use." The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and... They're in a city. Like a legit modern-day city. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials that had never been encountered. Sheer variety of colors and styles were staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Flare and Wise eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Flare uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. "Finally, I was getting tired of modern art." The 3 statues were indistinguishable, except for a single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As Flare moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from atop one of the sculptures, lighting the statue's shoulder. It emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. "Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies." Oh, I love these. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues stuttered to life, acquiring colors and form as they began to breathe. "Hey, look at that," said Flare. "They're alive." The triplets bowed low before Flare. "Please," said Alpha, "you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real." "Stop lying," said Beta. He turned to Flare and threw his hands in the air. "Alpha's a fake. You know. I'm the real one." "What a load of crap," said Gamma. "Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here." Their respective pleas given, the 3 statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city. When you consider all the statements, only one of them could be the real thing. Flare furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. "Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, the false ones will only speak lies." Alpha blamed Beta. Beta told Alpha to stop lying. And Gamma said that he was the only real one. Alpha never said Beta was a liar. Alpha just said that Beta was fake. Beta said Alpha was a liar and that they're the real one. And Gamma said that they're the real one. So Beta it is? The real one is Beta. Though Flare's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Wise nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Wise in dry tones of lecture, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let's presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. This situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with 2 statues telling the truth. Fine. Okay. Yep. As Wise finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. "Congratulations, villagers," said Wise in a cheerful voice. "The time to awaken has arrived." Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as it can go before an uncomfortable flare pulled him to his feet. Why'd you have a dream like this? Asked Wise. Have you been to the city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculpture that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? No way he could have ever been to a place like this, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Flair, just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease that struck Flair during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
I'm gonna go complete my side quest real quick. I don't know.
So how was the village?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
Wait. I don't know why there's an X here this time then.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
It is pretty poggers. Our outfit's really good. You know the best part of our outfit? The butt. Anyways. Wait, go back. Another time, perhaps. I need to see what this sword needs to upgrade.
How can I help you? Need some work done on your weapon?
Broken antenna. Guess who sold all their broken antennas? Because I almost had 99. There you go. Best girl. God damn it, game. There you go. We're gonna farm some broken arms for a moment. Broken antenna, rather. Maybe we'll get some titanium. I guess we'll go down here real quick. Doo-doo. God damn it. Broken antennae is what we're needing. Anyone remember how many antennas we needed? Did I go the wrong way? Hold on. Oh yeah, there was this path over here.
It seems we...
That's 10 antennae. Okay. I'm really mad I just got the more rare thing to get instead of titanium. I think we have enough. Let's go back. And if not, we can just clear this first floor again. It doesn't take too long. Why is it reading like Y inputs on its own?
How could... Need some work done on your weapon?
Ah, we need 30. I have 15. Wow, level 2 it gets 30% magic. And it goes from very light to light. Huh.
Come back.
Actually, hold on. Do you sell 15 of those?
How can I... Need some work done on your weapon?
No, of course not.
Come back.
Well, let's go ahead and do one more run through that dungeon. We just need 50 more broken antennae, and then we can upgrade faith. And then we'll see how ridiculous it gets from there. I just love how fast it is and how much magic power it gives right off the bat. Damn it. No, it's not worth it to go down here. There's only like 3 bots and they're not even strong. Only got 2. Three. 4. 6.
It's
7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 'Pretty sure we have 30 now. All right, buddy boy. Upgrade my sword for me. I'm gonna see what the next upgrade requires and if it gets up to 30% magic usage while still remaining light. Because if so, I might upgrade this.
how can need some work done on your weapon?
Oh, it goes up to 40 while still remaining light. I just need an elaborate machine. Where do we get one of those from? You grab it yourself. And you need to fucking do laundry if you're out of washcloths. There's a whole thing in the cabinet. These were only half of them.
I don't know where they are.
Yeah. Let me look this up. Okay. All right. Oh. There's a thing that does the stuff. Okay.
Come back.
I will probably switch back to big ol' sword. We might use this for a bit. love how quick this is. All right. Let's go turn in these quests. Remember, there's nothing worse than a sad tree. I need 10 watermelons, I believe. Let's go ahead and turn in this.
You taking it?
I got your eagle egg.
Thank you. And here we go. Could you bring this to my grandmother for me? She'll probably be near the fountain in front of the library.
Sure thing. I'll get it to her as soon as I can.
Old Lady Elixir Plus.
Which job should I give you? I heard from a man who wants you to track down his son. It's a little weird though, because the kid is actually a grown man. I wrote down the client's location on your map, so head over there to get the details.
Excuse me, but have you seen my son?
I don't think so. Why? Is something wrong?
When I got home, I found a note from him that said he was leaving and not to look for him. What if he's left the village? Please, you have to help me. I'll pay you whatever you want. My son shouldn't be too hard to spot. He wears a very odd hat. You can see it from a mile away.
Okay. If I see him, I'll let him know his father's worried about him.
Please.
Bean.
The library, those books. Plus, it never hurts.
We've got some new... Come.
Ma'am, I've got more medicine for you.
Oh, what a nice young man you are. I've been just sick as a dog lately. Why, just this morning I woke up and found a giant.
Oh, okay. I'd better get going. You take care of yourself, all right?
You've been such a great help lately. Here's a little something for you.
I should probably heal up before I go this way. Come on. Burries. And in we go.
Are these... Great! I hope you can make your daughter something tasty.
Right, now we get to go back all the way to the seafaring island. This takes forever. At least getting to the sea island will take just a moment. Oh, I also need to turn in my fishing quest. Actually, I don't think I have a fishing quest currently for the dude. I have to see if I can pick one up. Aww. Motherfucker. Totally dodged that, but whatever. I got distracted by a big monster. My bad.
Hey, so I found a cookbook in the library with some recipes that might interest you.
Really? Let me take a look. Shark? Really? Wow, this is some high-class cuisine. I've never even tried cooking something like this before. Still, shark fin fried rice sounds amazing. Think you could help me track some down?
You can eat shark fins? Man. Anyway, sure. I didn't come this far just to quit now.
Wonderful. In that case, here's the shopping list. 5 sharks, 5 bags of rice, and 5 mushrooms. Oh, and thanks in advance.
It is fascinating how gourmet cuisine can survive even in the midst of a food shortage.
Here we are, Esto.
Oh, let me just buy some sardines, because I think I sold them all.
If you're ready to... Come back.
One moment. Oh shit. Thing's a big one. Shark. I technically threw it back into the ocean. All right. We have 2 more sharks to go. One more. Let me double check. Yeah, one more shark. And then we just need to buy mushrooms. Ah, damn it. Okay, this is the last one. As long as I can catch it. Then I need to buy some mushrooms. Is this the grocer right here?
We've got...
No, there's materials.
See you later. Care for some... Thanks for...
I found your ingredients.
Fantastic. Let's see how this tastes. Okay, here you are. Go ahead. Let me know what you think.
Here goes.
Well?
This is fantastic. I've never had anything like it.
Splendid. In that case, we have a new special. Maybe I'll even name it after you. Oh, and here's some payment. Thanks again.
Hey, Are you the kid who ran away from home?
Huh? Oh man, how'd you...
Oh. Angel, thank you for the head pat.
Your father's worried sick about you. Why'd you leave anyway?
Because he wants me to, like, take up the family business. And I ain't doing it, man. I'm a rebel.
I'm a rebel.
Yes, we can see that. Well, perhaps you should let your father know that you're alive and well, and also explain to him why you left.
Oh, man. Why do people always gotta hassle me? Yeah, alright, I'll do it. But first, you gotta do something for me, man. The guy who runs the tavern's been helping me since I got here. And I want to give him something nice. I was thinking I could, like, cook dinner or something. But I don't have any ingredients or whatever, so, yeah.
If it'll get you back home to your father sooner, then fine. I'll help. What do you need?
This guy, man, he don't eat nothing but fish. All the time, every day. Fish, fish, fish. So I was thinking he might, like, want to try eating meat or whatever. You know, for a change. So, could you get me, like, 5 pieces of mutton and 3 pieces of goat meat? I can find the pans and spoons and stuff, so just bring the meat to his place whenever, man.
Looks like we've got everything the runaway kid asked for. Let's go make the delivery. Hi, are you the guy who's taking care of that runaway?
Runaway? What are you talking about?
It would seem we've been bamboozled.
You've gotta be kidding me. Seriously? Still, I guess we can tell his father he's alive at least.
Bad asshole. What a jerk muncher. You know what? I do want to see what things look like above this city. Well, there's where the water plane ends. Oh, it calls out all the buildings. All the buildings, but not the windows. Oh, and the boats, too.
Hey, you gotta help me out here. You just gotta. I'm having serious girl trouble. See, there's this girl that I'm pretty wild for, so I asked her out. But she won't even consider it unless I take her to a really nice restaurant.
That seems rather demanding.
She really appreciates the finer things in life. First-class places for a first-class lady. She's so cool.
Everyone has their own tastes, I guess.
Can I walk on these houses? Nope. Why yes for this one? Weird. Why did that guy have a quest marker over his head but didn't actually give me a quest? Hold on. We're just gonna slightly cheat here because walking through this town sucks.
Hey, guess what? I went shopping with my girl a little while back.
You mean the one who only goes to super expensive places?
That's her, all right. Anyway, there was this nice accessory that I thought would look great on her and didn't cost much, so I bought it for her. But she refused to take it. She said she doesn't wear cheap accessories.
Well, that's not too surprising.
Yeah, I should have known better than to try and impress her with such shabby flim-flam. Next time, I'll get something high class all the way. It'll cost twice my yearly salary. No, 3 times!
Are you certain this woman even cares for you?
Of course she does.
You humans certainly have complex and exhausting mating rituals.
Yep. It's true. Where am I going? Interesting. Why is there a kill barrier there, but you can't actually fall off there?
Hey there. Your son come back yet?
No, I haven't seen him. Where could he be?
He's in Seafront. Or he was, until he ran away again.
Oh, crud. Let me guess. Did he tell you an elaborate story and then ask for help? That boy is... well, he's a bit of a dirty liar. I probably should have mentioned that.
So that whole story was a setup. He sent us on a wild goose chase and then gave us the slip.
Since I cannot imagine you letting this go, perhaps we should return to Seafront. There may still be a lead or two left to pursue.
Good idea. We can't let him get away with this. What's wrong?
How can a son bring so much despair to his family? He seems completely ignorant of the pain he has caused. It's deplorable.
I love it when you sound like a grumpy old man, Vice.
Perhaps I only sound that way because I have existed since time immemorial.
How old are you anyway?
You know, I'm not exactly sure.
They say memory loss is a sign of old age.
Well, it's still preferable to being a deplorable liar like that son.
Whoa, Kanye, what were you doing? You're just running up that mountain.
You're looking for a kid who ran away from home? There was a strange kid asking people questions earlier. I think he was trying to learn how to get into Facade.
Facade, huh? Maybe we should go take a look.
God, why is he so far away? Facade takes the longest to get to. Okay. Well, once we get to Facade and finish off this quest, we'll get back to the village. We'll save and we'll see if Devila has any other side quest for us. You know, I haven't looked out of bounds on this area, so let's give that a shot. Interesting. Not much to see. Actually, I'm gonna keep this on for a second because I do want to see what facade looks on the other side of this wall, if it's even there. Nope, nothing there.
이라츠세르 제르그안치 이시루 토치 카토시와 제르그안 키스토스토 구자타
I don't think I'm able to get up here normally, yeah? Maybe I am.
What is it?
カイザムとキテチ、イーラと恐竜菊。
And what, pray tell, is that?
イーラと弟子た戦後通させられた。
Yeah, I saw something like that.
歌とたざれ、両竜来てクルタとデク。カイザムセチとデグザ、ヨリロキセレ。
Is this another rule?
いえ、カイザムと総一降りるとデク。
Oh, well, in that case, I'm happy to accept.
Was I supposed to be able to get this? 'Cause I don't feel like I'm supposed to be able to get up here. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think I'm able to get up there normally. I am.
You sure you want to be doing that? It seems pretty important.
だより出せで出さらと気づかれた。
カイザム、ワクトでゾガイケン。
I suppose one cannot expect a man to change his ways overnight, even a king.
カイザム、ワクトでゾガイ。
Is there anything else interesting up here? Besides, beware the wolves, man.
Ntauki satteta. Ie chikugitan. キーソトチウラーヌとでしているようりうでてくずちちんだたいくぎたされ家で来てぜしたらき
So he's disguised himself as one of the masked people, eh?
He's gone through a lot of trouble trying to lose us. I can't wait to finally catch him. Hey, you! You're coming with us!
Oh, man! Why you gotta be all, like, following me and stuff? Fine, let me just pack and then I'll... Oh my gosh, there's a giant shade behind you!
Oh, are you kidding me?
He surely aims to flee the city, though he can't have gone very far yet.
Alright, no more cheats. Oop.
Oh, man! Again? Alright, fine, let me just...
He's heading for the Eastern Road. We must catch him before he leaves the desert.
Oh my gosh, look! There's a huge pack of shades!
I'm not falling for that again.
What's that big thing on the right?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, and I shall smite you with unholy magic.
It's a pack of wolves, man!
I told you, I'm not falling for... Oh, crap. It is a pack of wolves.
didn't think I'd actually run into wolves for real.
Are you ready to go home yet?
Hell yeah, man. This adventure stuff's like way too scary for me. From now on, I'm gonna stick close to home and stuff.
Good. Now let's go tell the family.
Before that, I want to see how these work. Ah. Alright. Let's go turn this into the old man, and then let's save and speak to Popola.
Nobody's here.
I believe they left us a note.
Well, that's sort of anticlimactic. I wonder what the business was anyway.
Hey, are you friends with the people who lived here?
No, not really. Why?
Because the goddamn bastards borrowed money from everyone in the village and then skipped town. Apparently, their son ran away because he wanted to escape a life of crime. But then some idiot brought him back.
Well, I guess we know the family business now.
Well, fuck.
To think we did not even get paid for this absurd misadventure. Oh well. Perhaps we should tally it up as an expensive life lesson and move on.
It's not fair.
Welcome! Thanks for...
Devil, you have a quest for us?
Which job should I give? Oh, brother. This one's rich. Some guy wants to give a gift to a woman, and he needs your help.
Sure.
I wrote down the client's location on your map, so head over there to get the details.
Well, I feel like we're getting close to the end. At least, I don't know. I guess we'll run back and we'll do this quest real quick.
I heard you can get inside Facade, right?
Sure, but...
Oh, perfect. Listen, there's something there that you have to get for me. My girl wants a new accessory, but it has to be made from this really rare ore that they carry in Facade's Strange Things store. So next time you're there, could you buy some for me? I think it's called fluorite.
I mean...
Oh, thank you. This is fantastic.
Such affection. This man has clearly been entranced by his lover.
Seems to me like he's being played.
Whatever do you mean?
You know, this may be one of those things a magic book just can't understand.
Ridiculous. There is nothing beyond my knowledge.
If you say so.
Man, Mike.
Sounds like this guy's partner measures love.
Well, I guess we'll unlock the sand sprouts. Back to Facade. All right. After this quest, we're gonna have to call it for the night. But, that'll be fine. Getting rather late. I need to prepare for tomorrow's work day. Gross. We'll get the last one on the way back.
Hey, do you have any fluorite for sale?
苦見ことディスカレていておで来てたいんぜ。
Oh, I see.
イーラと近電とそってるさキレケンザ。チルソトザデュシケンキ。
Well, we've come this far. Might as well finish the job.
All right, gotta find some fluorite. Oh, there we go. You know what I am curious about? Can we get to that greenery area from this side?
Looks like we can.
All right. Back to the Sea City. We'll save there, and then we'll call it a night.
Black squalls in our village now.
Here's that ore you wanted.
Oh, thank you! Now maybe my girl will let me hold her hand. Here's the money for the material and a little extra for your time. Huh? Oh, hold on, this is way too much. Are you kidding? That's what fluorite costs you on the open market. I only threw in a few coins for your trouble.
It's really that expensive?
Hey, I learned my lesson last time. From now on, it's nothing but the best for my girl.
The human soul is an unfathomable thing indeed.
You got that right.
Do you think it possible that this man is being deceived by his lover?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Then we shall inform him at once.
Yeah, probably better if we don't.
What's this? Have you finally found someone you are unwilling to aid?
Look, relationships are messy, and sometimes you can't always understand what's going on between a couple.
There is nothing in this world that Grimoire Weiss cannot understand.
Yeah.
Thank you for the head pats time and the laugh. Are these 3D meshes out here? I don't know if I want to travel that far out there. I don't know if the game can handle it. It might crash. We'll do it after I save, maybe. Well, this is interesting. I almost just got stuck inside that building. Oh, interesting. I'm worried that the game's gonna corrupt itself with this. With the free camera, I'm not, because our player position isn't, like, adjusted. And I don't like how far out those things are. Alright. I want to speak to Popola. I want to check if Devila has any more quests. Looks like no quest from Devila. Okay, let's speak to Popola. Save, speak to Popola, and then we'll call it a night.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick, after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried. So, maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
All right. I love it. By I love it, I mean I hate it. What is it doing? Okay, well, never mind then. I don't know. I guess the mouse cursor is what is the issue? All right, we're gonna call it. I just wanted a screenshot. Is there anyone? I don't know why you're doing this. Anyone online that I'll watch for a bit? Go say hi to Dommy.
He was supposed to drop.
Oh, are they stopping?
Yeah.
One sec.
Alright, yeah, so next time we play this,
Looks like they're wrapping up.
we'll just have to.
Yeah, no problem, Milky.
Maybe we can just take our raft back.
I don't know anybody else that's on then. So it's gonna be another me just randomly ending the scream. Scream. Yep. I'm just gonna scream and the stream's gonna end. I just go ah.